Okay. So many chords. Let's see. Okay, looks like we're up. I just have to find us. Hello, Amanda with Grammy's Craft Boutique. Let's see here. I'm going to copy. And see if I can find us. Oops. There we are. There we are. Happy lunchtime. Happy afternoon. How's everybody doing? Oh, Carol, thank you. Hi, Jessica. I honestly, yesterday, Grammy and I were talking after the live, and she said, I'm tired. I feel like I need a nap. And I said, me too. I said, I've got to toughen up because we've got 29 more lives to go in March. Hi, Georgie. Nap time is wreath time. Awesome. So, hi, Fonda. How's everybody doing? We are having some weird weather. It is raining. It's coming down in sheets. I'm hoping that we don't lose connection, but my cable went off a little while ago. Looks like we still have internet, and the picture looks good. So fingers crossed. If for some reason we lose connection, I'll just have to come on later because we have a rain all day. It's saying rain and storms all day. My backyard is just a river because for some reason we never have like a gentle, steady spring rain. It's like dry, and then we get like a foot of water in a couple hours. It's crazy. Okay, Teresa, I know you're working hard. Hi, Kim. So I wanted to do a centerpiece today because I found this cutie in my Easter stash, and she's so precious. I forgot. One of you probably know what that's called. That material where it's like straw, but it's softer than. One of you know. I just know you do. Oh, Fonda's having all the bad weather in Texas. Hi, Pam. Hi. Sissel. Thank you, Pam. Sissel. Yes, I love this stuff, but when I buy pieces and I try to find really unique ones, I look at Michael's and Hobby Lobby, but also Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Marshalls. This one I think came from Michael's, and it says $19.99. I know I didn't pay $19.99. I would have waited for a sale. But she's got a cute little jacket. Her dress has spring stripes on it. The only problem with these, obviously, our stuff is mass produced, right? So, that's why quality can be an issue sometimes. I always go over it, pull as much glue strings, glue gobs. Like she had a big old glue gob on her ear. But for the most part, she looks really cute. She's got a little basket with some little Easter eggs in it. So she came from Michael's. Let's see here. So much to tell you all. So we've been doing an attendance prize with the random comment picker at the end of the live. And then yesterday, my friend Teresa actually gave me this idea. She said, for everyone who blesses or floats your boat or, does that thing with the video, then the next day, all of the people that did that will put in a drawing. So this is funny. Grammy's at home because it's cold and it's raining and she just didn't feel like getting out. And I kind of anticipated that because it is really yucky outside. And when it gets cold and wet like this, I think her arthritis bothers her because I know my fibromyalgia acts up. So she's probably watching from home. So what was my point? Oh, so everyone that blessed our page yesterday, our video, I put everybody's name on a Post-it and I folded them all the same way and put them in a little bowl. And I was going to have Grammy pick the name. This is the joy of being home alone, right? I didn't have anybody to pick the name. So guess who picked the winner that blessed our page yesterday? Jack the dog. Hi, Debbie. How are you feeling? Hi, Peggy Ann. Yes, we're praying for our friend Debbie. Her and her husband have COVID, and she ended up with blood clots in her lungs. So we are keeping our fingers crossed that she's healing up. Yeah, Pam, I hate for my mom to be in pain. I was on the internet all morning trying to brainstorm ideas for things that we could do for her arthritis in her hands. The worst thing that could happen to a creative, in my opinion, I think arthritis is just a horrible, horrible thing. And it's tough watching her not be able to create anymore. So anyway, no more sadness. Grammy should be hopping on here sometime. Debbie's tired and groggy. Will you just keep resting? So I haven't seen her pop on yet, but Shelly Zacchino, Shelly Z, she floated our boat yesterday and blessed our live. And when Jack sniffed all of the entries, he picked this one. This actually has his slobber. So sometimes you just have to be innovative. And so Jack's responsible for Shelly's win today. And let's see. What else did I want to tell you guys? Oh, one funny story and then I'll craft, I promise. I'll show you one more thing we're going to work with. This little picket, I don't know why. I've always been obsessed with picket fences. Years ago, I had a house. This was back when people still wallpapered. And I painted the kitchen a light yellow. And I found this darling picket fence wallpaper that just went around the bottom of the room. And it was just the cutest. So anyway, I have an obsession with picket fences. This container was also from Michael's, $16.99. I'm sure I got it on sale. I truly can't ever think of a time that I've paid full price for something. It's like like not going to happen. Because why? I mean, things go on sale or you have coupons or no, I take that back. Because I am an Etsy seller, if I have the option to give business to a fellow Etsy seller or someone that has a website, I will choose to pay a little more to support a small business, and trying hard to always do that. So, but other stuff totally on sale. So this little basket, it's a really, really cute blue, robin's egg blue. I'm not sure how it shows up. One reason I like this basket from Michael's, it is solid inside. Can you see that? You can get these at Hobby Lobby and other stores. But I like this because you don't have to take the time to put moss around the edges. You know, it gives you the illusion of pickets, but the inside is nice and solid. So that just saves time. I'm missing a couple comments. Oh, thank you, Kim. You know what? That's my only problem with this house, and I should have paid attention when I bought it, that I'm on low ground. My back-to-back neighbor is up high, and his yard is sloped. I mean, if that's the worst thing, it's just that Jack gets wet and muddy. He doesn't mean to. He's not like rolling around in the mud, but still, you get stinky dog problems. Hi, Carla. Oh, Lois, I know. We always give thumbs up to Dad. He does a great job packing the orders, and he's very conscientious. Like these mini cherry blossoms, for instance, we have in the shop in 3 different colors, cream, light pink, and bright pink or fuchsia. So he's very careful. He doesn't just manhandle the stems, but we have to get them in boxes that will be reasonable shipping, right? Because everything over 22 inches long just goes astronomical. So he's very careful. He's just he's a good shipper. Hi, Pat. Jessica's what? Snow? No, 0 stars. Not a fan. Yes. That's what I was just saying. If for some reason I lose my internet, I'll just come back on later. Because my cable did go out, so I was a little concerned with how heavy it was raining. Yeah, everybody's got swampy yards, Peggy. Jacqueline, no, we're not in Canada. We do ship to Canada, but we're in Illinois, and I'm in Maryville, and my family's in Collinsville. They're just bordering little towns, but we're right by downtown St. Louis, Missouri. So I'd say from my house to downtown St. Louis is like 10 or 15 minutes. I get right on the highway. So we're right by the Mississippi River. Oh, thanks, Susie. Yeah, Kim. I did have a drain installed, and I guess they said there wasn't enough of a grade from my back to my front. It helps some, but we've had inches and inches and inches of rain since I got up this morning. It was crazy. Oh, okay. Quick story. So I love my GMC Acadia. It's my second one. I drove my first one to about 170,000 miles, and I decided to trade it in on my second Acadia, and it's at 85,000 miles, and it's 6 years old. And I took it for an oil change this morning, and he said, "Do you need anything else?" And I said, "Well, I think I need a battery." And he said, "Oh, have you had problems starting it? Have there been problems?" And I said, "Well, this winter, it kind of didn't want to start for me, but it would. It was like, I don't really want to start, but okay, we'll start." So he looked and he said, "Well, you have the factory battery." And I said, "Oh, okay, well, I probably need a new battery." And the service guy called me like 15 minutes later after I got home. And he said, "I don't know how your car is still starting. Your battery is like got a minuscule amount of juice in it. He said, I've never seen a factory battery last this long. So I'm getting a new battery. If I was still working and I was on the highway every day, I would have done it before now, but I'm mostly just around town. So I showed you the little basket. I showed you the bunny, and we're going to use some greenery and some florals. And the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the foam. Okay, I don't know why I hate cutting foam. It makes my teeth hurt. I can't stand the sound and the texture. So if I can find a way to piece foam together for my project and I don't have to chop a big block of it up, I do it. These are 2 shapes that they have at the Dollar Tree. And if I put this one in and I glue it in first, it's going to give me a little platform. And then this disc is going to fit perfect. So we're going to go with that. Because I'll show you this block of foam I have. And you can see how I've cut hunks of it off. I even bought one of those foam cutters that gets real hot. And then it stinks. Ooh, the wind is picking up out there. The wind is picking up. Let's see. Centerpieces are tricky. I want to get... Sorry, that was a really obnoxious sound, wasn't it? I'm going to get my Lazy Susan out. I just brought up... I grabbed a bunch of florals that I wanted to work with that we have in the shop and some greenery. So I think what I'll do first is I'll glue in the foam, and then centerpieces are tricky. I want to make sure I got a good angle for you, but I might just have to keep tilting it for you. So let's dip this in some glue. I've got my glue pot back behind me. It's a Sure Bonder, and I really like it. It's got an adjustable heat. See, I think I've got it too hot. So I just dip it in the glue, and I'm going to put this one in the center. And I slide it around and turn it, twisty turn it, kind of just really, I move it until it takes hold and I know it's gripping. And I give that a second to set up. Oh, Teresa's glad we're doing a centerpiece. Yay. So just remember, if you bless or sprinkle our live, you get entered into another prize for tomorrow. This Lazy Susan, Carol, I got it off of, I think I ordered it online from Walmart. Let me look. All the tag says is Lifetime Brands, New York City. 18-inch non-skid turntable. Doesn't have any kind of identifying number on it, but the brand is Copco, C-O-P-C-O. Might be able to Google that and find out who carries that brand. But I want to say it was online at Walmart, but it's got a nice like non-skid material here. So I'm going to get some glue on the disc and we'll get that glued in too. Oh, shoot, I got my glue way too hot. I'm going to have to turn it down. And for some reason, I had a surplus of wooden spoons. So I've just been using my wooden spoons that I don't use in the kitchen when I need to dip into my glue. So I've got some in the middle there, and it's going to go on top of that platform we've got in there. And we're going to give it a twist. Press it in, make sure it starts taking hold. Colleen, are you on your lunch break? You're welcome, Carol. I hope you can find it. I'll look. Sometimes I buy random kitchen and home decor things from Zulily. But I'll look and see if I can find out where I got it. Grammy's not here, so I'm going to have to take my own notes. Oh, notebook. Okay. Lazy Susan. For Carol. Carl. Oh, you're off for a few days. Yay. Okay. Feels like that's in there pretty good. So, you just woke up from a nap. Yay. Yay for naps. Now, I don't want her right smack in the middle. I'm going to put her in an angle. Back her tushy up to this right corner a little bit. So I'm going to put her in there like that. And we do that with barbecue skewers. That's one of the reasons I really love finding these types of products that are foam. Then you can use these guys. And I take the sharp end and dip it in glue, pop it in her little foot, and then it'll be nice and stable. First, I'm going to make the holes though with my awl and figure out exactly where I need them. So I'm going to pull her forward a little bit because we're going to go around the back with some greenery too. Grammy's here. Hi, Grammy. Hey, Mama, how are you? Okay, so once we figure out where I'm going to go into her heel, on both heels, and then we're going to dip it in glue, make a little pick out of her. I was laughing earlier because I don't know if some of you saw my post earlier on our page, but it was funny because I had said that Grammy might not make the live because it's so cold and rainy outside. And she called, and I don't think she had seen the post yet. And she's like, "Hon, do you care if I don't come over?" And I said, I got you. I know you better than you know yourself. I'm actually going to go into one of her toes too. Sometimes having 3 points of contact when you put it into the foam gives you more stability on these taller items. But her toe is not as thick, so I have to make sure I don't go all the way through. I buy short barbecue skewers and super long ones. I get them from Amazon, and I use them for a lot of things. Never actually barbecuing, but craft things. Okay, so we have 3 of these. That'll give it plenty of stability, but remember that disc we put on there of foam it's not super deep, so we don't need all of this. We can trim this down to like 1.5 inches. How come you're on your phone? Oh, because your iPad's pooped out. And I'm going to dip these 3 barbecue skewers into the glue. Give it a swirl. Make sure all 3 get some glue. Let some of the excess drip off. And then, like I said, I'm putting her at an angle toward the middle. I don't want it perfectly in the middle. And press it down. Oh gosh, you guys, if I ever sell this house, I'm definitely going to have to replace the carpet in this guest bedroom. Because I got to tell you, there's some hot glue on this carpet. Shelly's here. Great. Shelly, you won. You won. I put you into a drawing from yesterday, and you won for sprinkling yesterday. Thank you so much. Oh, Teresa, the bunny was from Michael's. On sale, of course. So, Shelly, I don't know if you heard the story, but Grammy didn't come over for the live, and I'm home alone. So when I put all the names into a little bowl on these pieces of paper, I had to have Jack the dog pick the name. He's a very good helper. Okay, so we got cute little Miss Bunny in here. Get her ears up. And, you know, like I was saying, when you get products like this, give it a good look. I trimmed off some excess fabric. I tried to get all the glue spots off. You know, I just try to make each project as nice and neat as I can. So we got Bunny in. And you know what? I'm going to move her over here for a second because we need a real simple bow. Simple bow. Oh, he says, "You're welcome, Shelly. I am a good boy." He's actually watching every move I make. He's behind me in our bedroom, and he's laying on the bed, but he can see me from in there. And I didn't take him to daycare today because it's raining so bad. And he just has been really tired lately. So this plaid, I love. It's in our shop. The number's 41109-09-28. This pictures don't do this plaid justice. It has pink and blue and yellow and green, and it is just great for spring and summer. No, Mom, he's laying on the bed, but he can see me. You know, our bedroom is kind of diagonal to the craft room, so he gets himself situated on the bed just right. He can see what I'm doing. So I don't need a super long tail, but you know, if I want to give it a curl, I need to make it at least 8 inches. Give it a twist. We're going to go out to 6. Give it a twist. Six and twist. And I think I really only need, let's see, we'll do 2 on each side, and then because I really want her standing in like a little field of greenery and little flower buds. So we'll do 2 on each side, and I can't have an even number of loops, so I'm going to put a third one on this side and scrunch it down. And I'll make that tail just a little bit longer so they're not too matchy-matchy. Putting a pin in my ribbon. Oh, see, I wondered that, Mom. I didn't want you to be bored and lonely. But honestly, oh, it's yuck outside. Big time, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to need a little bit more length. Normally I would put a floral pin on the back of the bow if it's going into foam, but I'm going to need a little more length. So I'm going to take my 18 gauge paper wrapped wire and make a U out of it, and basically just make a homemade long floral pin with the wire. So just got 5 loops, so it's not real hefty. So I'm using a small zip tie, and then I'm going to put this in, and then I'll be able to trim it to the length that I need. But I knew I was going to need a little more length than the floral pin would give me. And then I'll just fluff out my loops. Well, this morning, my dad came to pick me up at the dealer when I was dropping off my car. And he hadn't taken Teddy to daycare yet. He had just dropped my nephew off at school, and he picked me up, and Teddy was overjoyed to see me. He actually nearly suffocated me with kisses. So that's a cute loopy bow for a centerpiece. We'll move this over, bring our bunny girl back. And I want this bow right about here. So I'm just going to figure out how much of this wire I need to get the bow put in. I think I'm only going to need about 3 inches. So we'll trim that. And gather up your bow. You can always fluff it back out, but you got to get that wire dipped in the glue. You don't want your ribbon taking a swim in the glue. So we got that dipped. We're going to go in right at her feet with the bow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if there's any guys that watch the replay, can't leave you out, but Grammy's not here to talk to me, so tell me some stuff. What are you doing with the bunny? Oh, okay, so I forgot, Grammy missed the beginning. We had this cute basket. We got foam in it, and then we put some barbecue skewers in her little feet, and we've got her standing in the foam. We've got a nice loopy bow, and now we're going to start greening up around her with some greenery. So that's what we've done so far. Hi, Diana. How are you? So this is day 3 of a month of lives because we're marching into spring, even though it doesn't feel like it because it is stupid cold outside. I want some height because she's pretty tall, so we're gonna get some height in there with her. So I'm gonna use my thyme bush because I like it. It's tall and it has some movement, but I wanted something firm that would stand around her. Kim's getting snow. Scott and I always talk about how, we'd like to retire someplace warm, but, every place has its issues. I'm afraid of hurricanes. And so that probably rules out me moving too far south. So before I glue, I'm just gonna put a few pieces in. I've got one to her right, so that's the right back corner. We're gonna go one in the left back corner. Got 3 more pieces. I think I want one up here right behind the bow. And then we'll put one in between, and that'll get us started. And then we'll fill in with fuller greenery. Doesn't look like much yet. So we're going to glue those in. Oh man, you should hear this rain. Rain, rain, go away. Please don't take my internet away. I don't know if Mom heard me, but my cable's out. So I was really nervous that possibly I was going to have trouble with the internet, but so far so good. So this is just giving it the greenery some height. Because we want some green up and around her, framing her. Oh, thank you, Kim. I wish there was a better way of showing centerpieces. Going behind the bow with this one. So we've got some nice, tall, spiky greenery framing her right now to get started. That's the time. And I think next I want to bring in some of the full, more floppy, kind of unruly looking greenery, This is the plastic spring button leaf bush, but see how fun this is? And it has some variegated greens. Closer, you think? Let's see, let's pull this closer, pull this down. Let's see if that's better. If not, I can zoom in. I could do that also. Let's see. How about that? I'll just keep tilting it toward you so you can see. But yeah, I think this greenery is a lot of fun. You can use them at their full length, or you can cut in between. So we're going to do both, actually. And this one's also a pusher, so you can push it up to make it more full if you want to. See how I pushed all the greenery up there to make it full, or you can use it long. So let's just cut this one apart, see how many pieces we have, because this one's got a lot. This is a nice full one. I'm going to move this over there, and we'll start snipping. So there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I get them as long as I can because I don't know how much length I'm going to want or need. So first we'll start with some pieces spread out so they're long. And then what's a good idea to do is hold a couple pieces back and see where you need to fill in with a push-up one, and then you can fill in with it. The top came off of this one, which is no big deal. I just dip it in a little bit of glue, pop it back on there. Oh, good. That's better. Good deal. Good deal. So let's see. Does anybody have any vacations planned for this summer? So we're going to use these at their length, but I need to see how long I need the... Okay, so I could trim that. How come I keep losing my tools? I'm going to cut a couple inches off of that. And since I know I'm going to use a few of them long, I'm just going to go ahead and fluff these, push them where I need them. These button leaves, sometimes you have to untangle a little bit because they get caught on each other. I'm just going to make sure a few of them are the same length, that I have them cut at the same length. We do not have a summer vacation because we did our trip in January for our anniversary. So, I'd like for Mom and Dad to take a little vacation, but at the same time, I don't know what I would do without them because they both help me with the shop so much. Spoiled brat, spoiled brat. This one looks a little sparse. I'm going to set that one aside. Hi, Regina. How are you? Thanks for joining from YouTube. We're making a bunny centerpiece. So far, we've glued the bunny in place, and we've got some long pieces of time, giving it some height. And now I'm just fluffing the button leaf. So we've got these pieces at the same length, so we're good to go. Oh, Shelly, we just celebrated our first anniversary in January. Congratulations, 36 years on Valentine's Day. And our friend Debbie has celebrated hers on Valentine's Day too. So I'm just going to turn my Lazy Susan. I'm going to get a couple of these that I cut longer in between the time. Hi, Gail. Oh, Grammy wants to talk about vacation time. She's so funny. I bet Grammy thought by the time I was in my 40s, she would have some, she would get some peace from me. But whenever she talks about going somewhere, I'm like, okay, when are we going? When should I be packed? I guess it should occur to me that her and Dad might want to go do something without me. Rude. Thank you. We kind of had, we had one of those toward the end of COVID kind of weddings. We went to the courthouse. We still had to wear masks, but it was really nice. Our family was there. See how that's starting to fill in? So I got 2 more pieces that I fluffed out the long way. Dipping it in some glue. Got to wash her dress. Even though it's not going to show, I don't want to get glue on her dress. She's too cute. Too cute. Let's see. I think I am going to come up here to her right with one more long one. Oh gosh, that scared me. A bunch of rain just hit the window of the craft room hard. Coming in between these 2 pieces at a time with the button leaf that's more full and floppy. See how that's filling in there? Giving her a nice green. Look how she's just in like a crown around her of greenery. So we're going to add some more greenery down low and then some flowers. Thank you, Regina. Oh, Mom. You guys, I just saw Mom's comment. It says, does anyone see the cruise ships that are turning into permanent residents? That's a hint because I think she's seriously thinking about running away from home and going to live on a cruise ship. Because she just mentioned that not long ago. So on this one, I pushed up the greenery. I still fluffed it. I pushed up the greenery so it's more full at the top. And I'm going to give it about 3 inches. And I'm going to come right next to her basket with this. Kind of at an angle, right under the basket. And fill that in there. See how that filled in nice? Hi, Rosario. How are you? Hello, hello. You guys, I'm trying to do better and throw away my trash and not leave such a disaster. So let's see how many pieces of the button leaf I have. I've got several left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, and then one little guy that fell off of one of them, which we can fix. So I've got 6 pieces of that left, which is good because we might need to fill in some places. But I want to come in with some of our mini cherry blossom stems. And these are really long, which would be really cool if you were making, like if you were making a vase or a big arrangement that's going to be really tall. But we might have to cut some of these down if we don't need a lot of the length. So I'm just going to start cutting some pieces off. Oh, Rosario has a stomach bug. That's the worst. I personally believe that there's a flower way down low here, and I don't really want to lose it, but it's in an awkward spot on the stem, so I'll save it just in case we need it. So we've got these 3. I'm going to trim them up so they're about the same length. Mom, would you really do that? Live on a cruise ship? Honestly, I am so glad that I went on a cruise when I was a teenager. Mom and Dad sent me on a trip with my foreign policy class. And I'm so glad I did that as a teenager, because now I've grown into a fully functional germaphobe. And when I think about getting on a cruise ship, all I can think about is that it's just a petri dish of germs. Isn't that terrible? You know what? This one that was stuck on that stem, I think I'm going to pop it onto this one. I'm just going to give it a little tiny dab of glue. You guys, I can't stand wasting anything, especially if it's a pretty flower. Okay, so let me look at the bunny. Face forward. Let me see here. We want to get some white in here. I'm going to go right behind the bow next to her. So we'll put that first one there. Yeah, Rosario, I hope you feel better. And I'm putting these in kind of tight next to her, because I just really want her to be popping out of a really sweet bundle of flowers. Yeah, you'd have to make sure that Dad had a job on the ship, Mom. He'd be a great pool maintenance guy. My dad can take care of a swimming pool like nobody's business. I think I'm going to do the same thing on this one. Take one of these flowers off and fill it in on one of these other stems. So don't be shy about moving your florals around. I felt like there was a little bare spot. So I just popped a flower off of the end of this one that I knew I wasn't going to need to use on this other one. So I'm going over, and I'll tip this so you guys can see it. I'm just going at an angle on her left with the flowers. And I'm going pretty tight close to her with the white. And I've got this much longer piece that think I'm going to go right behind her with it. Because I want some height behind her. Now I'm going to pop these off. And if you pop off the flowers, make sure you pop off or you trim off the little nubbins that are left so you don't have problems getting it into your project. And I'm going to cut it at an angle because this plastic's pretty sturdy. So I'm coming right behind her, real close to her, pressing that in. And that's coming right up behind her ear with some height with that white flower. So I'm going to get that glued in. Ooh, cute. Cute, cute, cute. I love that, how that comes up behind her. Sorry, I'm having directional difficulties. Okay. So I'm going to turn her around so she can look at me again. These are our mini cherry blossoms. I'm going to give this one over here a bend because it just looked a little too straight. So I brought in a bunch of stuff because I wasn't sure what I wanted to use exactly. I'm going to go with the light pink mini cherry blossoms. Oh, Grammy she'll take all of the projects, won't she? So just so you guys know, the carrot that we put bows on yesterday, we do have that one in the shop. It's selling though, so if you are interested, I want to grab it. And FYI, Grammy's already requested that if there just so happens to be 2 left of the carrots, that she'll take 2. I'm assuming she also means fully equipped with bows. Right, Grammy? Oh, thanks, Gail. Oh, hi, Marty. You're not late. You can always watch the beginning on replay. How are you doing? Tell us how you're doing. Okay, so I'm looking at this one, and I'm just deciding if I want to pair that up with the other long piece. Let's see, before I glue it, let's see what we think about having these 2 long right behind her. I like that. So I'm going to give that some glue. Sometimes it's fun to put your flowers right up next to each other so they complement each other. Let me move this a little bit. Maybe that'd be easier to see. Oh, thanks, Marty. You're the sweetest. I've been thinking about you. So sometimes if you're struggling with flower placement, especially in a centerpiece, go for symmetry if you need to, or pair up your flowers together. Green up your base, meaning, fill it in with your greenery that you're going to use. And especially with small blooms like these mini cherry blossoms or wildflowers, just kind of pair them up together. See, that pink looks real sweet right next to the white. That was a hard lesson for me to learn, was that some things I was making much more complicated than they needed to be. And also I needed to get out of my own way because I lacked confidence. So that's still a work in progress, but we all have obstacles, right? My one friend, she's starting her business with the wood projects, but she doesn't want to go live. And she's finding ways to help her followers see what she does while still allowing herself to not do lives, because you don't want to cause yourself undue anxiety if something really truly isn't in your wheelhouse. Wait a minute. Mom says it's not sunny here. Yeah, I was going to say, wait a minute. Where's the sun? Ooh, Marty has sun. Oh, beautiful. It's sunny and 54. I'll take it. Oh, thank you, Shelly. I think so too. And I'm going to get super, super close, almost in between two of these loops with this stem. Bring this one up here. So that looks like it's popping right out of the bow. And that's fun. Fun. We gotta do a little bit of attention here to the front around her basket. She needs some greenery there. But I think I'm going to bring in another stem. This is a mixed foliage, and I like it because it's really natural in terms of what we're trying to do with her being just in a little patch of wildflowers. So it's mixed foliage, and it has a couple twigs, which I love. I love twigs unless they're laying all over my backyard. And this one is paper wrapped, which means there's sections that can be pulled apart, and you can actually gain some extra length that way. And you can also choose, like I think I'm going to use that one together. And I'm going to come over here and look at these and see how I want to pull that apart right here. And as much as I love the thyme and the button leaf, mixed foliage like this really adds a realistic look. Wow, can you guys hear that rain? Woof. And you got to go in. You got to really touch every single piece. Make sure you're giving it a nice bend. All the leaves are facing forward. So when you get this and you've got a bunch of wires and they're all jaggedy, That's my word, jaggedy. Just go in, trim them at an angle so that you get a point. Hold it like a pencil when you put it in the glue. I want to come up front with this one. So I'm going to give it a swirl in the glue. And that's me over here trying to get all the extra glue out of my, I'm going to move the bow a little bit. And I'm going to come in right by her foot, go at an angle, press that in. And then we're going to spread this greenery out right by her. Nice, nice, nice. That way, you can't see the foam. Looks like she's just stepped in some leaves, and it's just super cute. That's all. It's just super cute. Now I am going to take one of my pieces of my button leaf that was left over, and I'm going to shove this real tight so it's nice and full. Oh, that just, where'd that come from? Came off of something else. And we'll just give it a couple inches, or maybe 3. So I need to come up here. So we added some more of the button leaf there. Now I want to take a look around it. I like the pink and the white. I'm happy with the bow and the greenery. I do want to go ahead and place the rest of this mixed foliage, and then I'm going to show you some fun stuff. Some fun stuff. Make this a little longer because I want to come back here with it. Once you start getting things filled up, sometimes you have to search for a spot that doesn't already have glue. And when you're using these paper wrapped greenery and florals, for the most part, you need to go clockwise in the glue because otherwise that paper will come unwrapped. And that's no good. Just no good. See how much of a difference that made, just that couple pieces on that mixed foliage by her? And this other one that has the twigs, kind of spread these twigs out a little bit. My neighbor has a little miniature schnauzer, and I looked out the window. She's still a puppy. She just turned a year old, but I heard all kinds of commotion. And I looked out the window, and this little miniature schnauzer had this enormous stick. And I mean, no, it wasn't a stick. It was a branch. Move these out of the way so I can come right here. And don't be afraid to manhandle your bow or move some of your stuff out of the way. If you've got it glued in right, it's not going to hurt anything. Although that didn't work out according to plan. This, I guess I was hitting a spot of dry glue and the little wire wrapped pieces bent. So I'm going to take my awl and I'm going to go ahead and create my opening for this one. Who's picking a name? What's going on? What's happening? What did I miss? What is it? Little dogs, you guys. I cannot get over I can't get over little dog bravery. Because it bothers me so much that Jack seems so easily startled or scared of so much, because he certainly has never had a difficult life. I mean, I brought him home at 8 weeks old and, you know, he's in there sleeping on a Tempur-Pedic mattress. So, I mean, I can't imagine what makes him so anxious. But I have heard that Goldens can be just easily startled. It's just their personality, some of them. But little dogs, it's like the opposite. They have absolutely no fear. Yeah, so Bella next door, it wasn't a stick, it was a branch. She had a branch. So, as I'm looking at this, I'm feeling, here I'm trying to clean out my mess as I go. I think I want to put a couple pieces of this brighter pink. Because that light pink and white, they're very muted. Although I have another option. Okay. Other option is I have this wildflower bush that has some yellow and purple. So let me do my thing, pulling this one apart and see. I doubt that I will use this whole pit, but there's lots of good pieces in it. So again, I pull it apart because that gives you some extra length on your wires if you need them. There's some twigs. There's some purple pieces, some berries. Pull this one apart. Oh, Shelly, you're so sweet. So I'm going to take this piece first and fluff it. Got some purple berries. What we've got here. Got some little yellow buds. Get everything facing this way. All the cuteness. gosh, I almost just knocked over all my electronics. So see what I mean? I needed another color in there, and that little bit of purple I think is what she needed. I love the cherry blossoms too. I don't want to take away from them, but it was a bit too muted. So let's glue this in. Really starts getting smushed in there when you start getting a lot of your product in. Fluffing this back up. Oh, what did I just tell you guys? I said go clockwise in the glue, and what did I do? Do as I say, don't do as I do. Yeah, I really like that. Get that cherry blossom a bend. So we got that glued in. Let's look and see what else we have to offer from this big bush. This was a really good one. I think it's called the Abundant Wildflower, and it's got a lot of good stuff. These mixed bushes, I'm telling you, will make you look like a star, because you don't have to pick out the florals, the greenery, the berries, the twigs separately. You integrate these in your projects, and it's just like winner, winner. Speaking of winner, winner, Scott wants me to go to a music trivia thing Saturday night. I don't want to go. So we're going to come over here. I do want length, but I'm going to cut a couple inches off of this one. And I might go in with my awl with this, because you know when you're really filling up a centerpiece nice, that glue, if you get a piece of glue, you're not going to get through it. You guys, I hope Jack's not sick. He's been in bed most of the day, and he doesn't seem at all bothered by the fact that I didn't take him to daycare. Glue strings. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Okay. We'll set those aside to see if we want to work with those. I also have these paper mache wrapped eggs, and they're foam. And I got a tube of them last year at Michael's, and I saw that they have them online. It's foam paper, so you can pop your barbecue skewer in with no problem. And I wanted to integrate a couple of these in. So I'm going to see about going right under her basket. I'm holding the back really snug. All right, so I don't need that much length. So let's put a couple in and then decide. I think they're super cute. Gonna kind of go in between the bow here. Have that one tucked into the bow. And then if I can keep the length as much as possible, have one that's a little bit up high here. See those? Then that one's tucked into the bow. I like that. I'm not going to glue it yet because I also, and I did these ahead of time so you guys wouldn't have to wait for me to do it. But those paper mache eggs, I just dipped the barbecue skewer in some hot glue and basically made a little pick out of it. I also did that with these foam carrots. These carrots I got a couple years ago from Sim's Pottery. I'm trying to let you guys know where everything came from, even though 2 years ago is not like a super big help, but at least give you an idea. So I'm gonna place the carrots, and then we'll take a look at the carrot and the eggs. Yeah, I don't really like that placement. It's too symmetrical, so I'm gonna go more there. And then trim this here. Hold the back of your basket while you're pushing it in. Trim a little bit more. Always trim conservatively because you can trim more, but it's a pain to add length. I'm going to zoom out so you guys can see better. So the carrots and the eggs, haven't glued them in yet because I wanted to let you guys take a look. I know centerpieces are tricky to do live, and several people have asked me to do a tutorial on a centerpiece because I have a couple tutorials on Etsy that you can purchase. I would love to because I love centerpieces, but I am trying to figure out, I can't in good conscience charge for something that isn't adequate. And this is probably part of my problem. I've got OCD. But I want to make sure that whoever buys the tutorial gets a lot out of it, can see what they need to see. And oh dang, this is cute. I might want to keep this. Oh, I think I might have another basket, another cute bunny. Ooh, I kind of love her. She looks like she just plopped in a field of flowers with her basket, and she's got some carrots and some really cool eggs. And I liked that paper mache. The paper mache eggs to me went with that sisal. Is it sisal? That kind of straw look. I think it's sisal. Yeah, one of you told me earlier. And she's cute back here too. I mean, she's got some greens. And we could even push up a couple more of these button leaf. Sometimes I'm too aggressive. When I push these up. Push these up so they're nice and full at the top. And then we can even put a couple more back here down low to make it more full. You know, it's really what you want to do and what makes sense for you. If you know that you're keeping it, your project, and you know where it's going to sit, don't put a lot of product into the part of the part of your creation that's not going to be seen. If you're selling it, it needs to be very finished. So no foam showing. Make sure the back looks nice. If you're selling it and you don't have a lot of zhuzhy product in the back, okay, put that in your description. I have had some centerpieces that I described as 360 degree. So if they wanted it in the middle of a table, look how yuck your hands get when you work with that greenery. Oh my God. Glue everywhere. Oh, I'm missing so many comments. Thank you, Gail. Thank you, Rosario. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thanks, Colleen. Oh, thanks, Marty. Oh, Grammy ordered a flamingo shirt from Zulily. Did you get one for me? See, I'm just a brat, aren't I? Poor mom. I would not be surprised if her and dad call me one day this summer and say, hey, we're driving to Tunica, or, you know, we're gonna go to Vegas for a few days, or, you know, and boy, oh boy, I'm gonna have to, I'll have to learn how to do some stuff, because there's so much that mom and dad helped me with the shop. And I'm so thankful. So I don't know if you guys all saw the post I put on our page today, but I basically was just giving you guys a rundown of, like, you know, what to expect the rest of the month. I'm going to do a collaboration with one of my friends. You know, put her at an angle so you can see her. How about that? Ha! I don't know if she'll stay, but I'm going to do a collaboration. We're going to do shout outs to a couple shops where we get some products that that we don't carry. And what else? Don't forget, if you bless our page or you sprinkle our live, you'll be entered into another giveaway for tomorrow. To Shelly, she won. She blessed us yesterday, so thank you, Shelly. And I am going to go to the random comment picker. Is this right? Get comments. That's weird. I am live, aren't I, guys? I mean, you've been talking to me. Facebook comment picker is acting like I am not. Let me refresh. Let's try refreshing. When in doubt, refresh the page, right? Oh, that's a big stretch, Jack. Big stretch. There it is. See? When in doubt, refresh the page. Get comments. Okay. Start contest. I don't know if I can get this over so you guys can see. Oh, I didn't get it over to you in time. Well, Gail McWorthy, You are our attendance prize winner for today. Tomorrow, I'll have to get the computer closer to the camera so you can see how all the names go around. I don't know why. It reminds me of like The Price is Right or something. It's fun. So, where's my notepad? The secretary's not here today. Gail, you won an attendance prize. Email us your address at info@grammyscraftboutique.com. But Gail's name sounds really familiar, so she might be an Etsy customer. I might already have her address. So, oh my goodness, do you hear Jack? So Jack lets me know when it's time to get off the live, right? Let me move this. Let's see if I can show you where he is. He's right back there, right in the doorway. And he's telling me, are you telling me that it's time to wrap up? That you need to go outside? Do you want to go outside? You want to tell the ladies that you want to go outside? So now he's going to be shy. But, oh my gosh, he's been talking a lot to Scott in the evening. It's funny because when Milo was still alive, he was very submissive. He followed Milo everywhere. He laid with him. He was his companion. So over the last year and a half, he's coming into his own as being the dog of the house. And it is, it's so funny when Scott gets home from work, Jack's just like, and Scott's like, oh, are you telling me that we need to play? And he's like, and he's never done that before. Oh, okay, Shelly, no problem. You could private message me. I'll shoot you a private message, and you can, there's so many ways of getting a hold of each other now. It's crazy. So I got you guys. All right. So let's see. We did our attendance prize for today. Reminded you guys about the blessing sprinkling drawing for tomorrow. If you have any questions or requests, definitely let me know. I think that's it, unless I'm forgetting something. Oh, we're having a King Sumo. I had to go through some kind of program to do a contest for the grand prize. Because I didn't want to just do a random comment picker. I wanted to make sure that everybody that watches live and replays and visits our page, that everybody had an opportunity to enter. So if you haven't, enter the King Sumo. It's pinned at the top of our page, Grammy's Craft Boutique. And you can enter a whole bunch of times. So that will enter you for our grand prize, awarded at the end of the month, $200 worth of craft supplies. Crazy. Oh, absolutely. Shelly, oh my gosh, we definitely totally understand. Mom and I have to help each other with technical stuff. I'm an Apple person. I've always stuck with iPads and iPhones because I got it figured out for the most part. And so no worries. Hope you get your new tablet figured out, though. Grammy can't live without hers. Okay, Grammy's going to do laundry. I need to do some laundry. I think that was it. So if you guys need anything, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. and I got to get Jack outside because he's fussing.